Welcome to the second episode of Safeguarding Our Nation, a national conversation series on security, leadership, and public trust. I am Marcia Hope. Today, we're joined by the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Clifton Hicken, a seasoned law enforcement leader with over 30 years of service across multiple divisions and with a strong background in tactical operations, training, and youth mentorship. In this episode, we'll be talking about policing, public safety, and what's being done to build greater trust between the Guyana Police Force and the public. Commissioner, you have served the people of Ghana for many years in many capacities. What inspired you? And how is that reflected in the changes you're leading today?
Good morning, Marcia. Good morning to the listening of you in public. My name is Clifton Anthony Hicken, and I'm the Commissioner of Police. I decided as a Commissioner of Police, immediately after I would have ascended to Commissioner on the 30th of March 2022, I decided that the force cannot operate ad hoc. And so we decided that we were going to have a strategic plan that guides the force in the direction we wanted to go. Immediately, I summoned the ALT and we started with the strategic plan. We argued, we fight, but eventually we got through the strategic plan. The 6 pillars are basically developing our human, partnership, infrastructure, operation, professionalism, accountability, and professionalism. Performance, accountability, and professionalism. Those are the 6 pillars. Coming out of the 6 pillars, we have standardized in terms of work plans across the force. And so from the constable to the commissioner understands what is the direction in terms of the strategic plan, and this is how the force will run. Coming out of that, infrastructurally, we did some visits across the regions, and we realized that the police are behaving how they were behaving because the stations aren't conducive for them to optimize the full potential. And so we decided that we were going to have minimum standard buildings across the force, standardized of course, blue and white, and if you pass across the 10 administrative regions of Guyana and the 12 administrative regions of the force, you're going to see what is not completed yet, is at an advanced stage of completion, or it's completed already. And so that has the ramp, the child-friendly spaces, the one-way mirror. It has the capacities in terms of international best practices, and we're working in that regard to maintain it and to have a friendly atmosphere. Members of the public can come in and they can feel friendly with the police, and so we're getting more of that. In terms of the CRD, we form a community relation department, and that is to ensure that we police the country in a more community-friendly way. And so there they go between the public and the police force, and it's been working for us. There's a lot of activities across the regions because of the decentralization of the CRD, and it's working for us. So we can expect much more out of that, while we're building capacity as we speak.
What reforms or policies that are in place that are not obvious to the public, but they're impacting the lives of people in a positive way?
Marcia, we've done a lot, and we continue to develop capacity in that regard. You know, we have 10 administrative regions, and the regions that are close, they're comfortable. But what about the regions, Region 1? What about Region 8? What about Region 7, Region 9? Even to Region 10. Those people have to come to Georgetown to acquire services. And when they are coming to Georgetown, they're spending a lot of money, 10 times more than they're paying for the package that they're coming to Georgetown for. And so we decided that we're going to help these people out. Now we decided the first thing we're going to do is look at the passports. Over the years, we've been decentralizing passports, but we continue to move in a more alacrity stage, meaning the immigration officers testing the amount of passports given across the regions. And what we're doing now, we've decentralized that, and so it's going straight back to the home instead of people spend money to come to Georgetown. That is happening with the fitness too, that is happening with ammunition, and that is happening with police clearance. Of more recent though, we did an SOP that deals with stun gun. Why we're using stun gun is because we want to comply with the use of force continuum. We hadn't that, and so our use of force continuum could not have been represented properly. But now we have this stun gun, we can use that rather than using force against, lethal force against members of the public. That is working for us. The body camera gives transparency between the police and the public whenever they speak. And so, my instructions are very clear. Persons must not stop if the rank does not have a body camera. If there is a roadblock supervised by officers and the rest of it, where we expect everybody to stop to comply. But one police or two policemen, traffic, of course, without body camera, they're not supposed to be stopping anybody. Their duty is to control the speed to ensure that we have less fatality. And so, yes, they're benefiting from it, but it's going to impact on them within the near future.
Crime is down, but people still don't feel safe. How are you addressing this perception gap?
Well, I see, it is true. I've been looking at the news, I've been grappling with the papers, I've been looking at everything possible. And, Guyana is a small country. And whenever there's a crime, it circulates around all the news. And so it gives us work to do as members of the Guyana Police Force. Yes, we know crime is down. But guess what? The public is not feeling it because they're not engaging the police within the regions and the branches. And so at the commissioner level, we have an open door policy. At the commanders and the ELT level, subdivision level, we have open door policies. But guess what? We are striving every day to be more transparent as a police force. You can see we're improving the force through diversity. We've been putting up additional outposts. We've been filtering body cameras to the policemen to ensure there's transparency. And we're doing everything in our power to ensure that the public understand what we're doing and they can embrace us in this regard as a country.
The Ghana Police Force has a mixed reputation, and at times people feel they aren't accountable to anyone. Where can citizens report concerns, and can they trust the actions of the police?
Marcy, no police is above the law. Similarly, no civilian is above the law. We have the Commissioner of Police, you can come to me. We have the ELT, you can go to them. The divisional branch commanders and every station. Why? I've placed it as a policy, open door. Everybody must access the public and the public must access the police at their levels. Very importantly for us, we have the PAC, meaning the Police Complaint Authority, that deals with when members of the public and the police are at refer, but more importantly, the Office of Professional Responsibility. They're dealing with reaching of SOPs and OPRs and the rest of it. And so if there's an issue with members of the public, let me just assure you, and if all the others fail, just stick with me. Come to the Commissioner's office and I'm going to ensure it's done.
Commissioner, what's your message to citizens who still feel unsafe?
I want to answer this question, Marcy, in a different way. Members of the public, the Guyana Police Force has changed. And so whenever you release the children to come to the Guyana Police Force, at a constable level, when they pass out, they're going to have a accredited certificate. We have developed line programs still up to Commissioner of Police. And so at a junior level, junior officers course, you're going to have a diploma. When you become a senior officer, you're going to have a degree. And so when you come in the force with anything, you're going out of the force with everything that can take you beyond the retirement. This is the first thing I like to say. The second thing I like to commend first of all is parents of Guyana who allow the children to come and serve this nation, knowing that today they can come to work and tomorrow they may not see another day. I want to commend them for that. But very importantly, I want to talk to the public who don't have anybody in the force. They're the people that we're really looking out for by day and by night. And you see how the traffic police, they're working in the rain and out of the rain. The police working on a 24-hour. They should embrace us, they're Guyanese. Very importantly, if something happens, it's the police you're calling. While we know that we can improve our basic amenities that we have and we're dealing with the public, at least you can come in to us. Don't be our enemy. Be our friends. We are your friend. We are members of the public. And of course, if you look at the chain, you'll find that everybody in Guyana related to somebody in the force, out of the force, and around Guyana. And so I'm saying now to Guyanese people, embrace the force. We are doing everything that we can do We're developing capacity based on what is offered to us budgetarily. We're putting all the system in place to own Guyana as a police force, but very importantly, this is a friendly atmosphere with members of the public. There is no more barriers across where the public and the police can communicate. It is free. Come in, let's talk, let's build a relationship, and let's build a friendly Guyana.
Commissioner, thank you for joining us and for your leadership. Thank you to everyone watching. If you found today's episode insightful, leave a comment and share your thoughts. We want to hear from you. This is Safeguarding Our Nation, a conversation series on national security and public trust. Until next time, stay safe and stay informed.